All right, welcome back to another edition of the Growth Podcast. This week, like every other week, we're having a very upbuilding conversation. And today I have a guest who's going to tell us the story of, well, what do they call it? From grass to grace. Obviously very familiar with people who drive vehicles, I want to believe. Also familiar with those who are building, but that's a controversy that we'll go into a little bit later. But for now, I'd like to introduce to you our guest for this week, and that is Simon Mulenga Mwila. Welcome to the Growth Podcast.
Thank you so much, Milanji. Hi, viewers. How are you?
Yeah, it's good to see you in your serious,
In my serious.
In your element.
Yeah, sometimes you need to look. Before you speak anything, you need to look that dapper look. You give it the dapper look.
Yeah.
So I needed that dapper look for this particular show.
And I'm happy that you actually look dapper for the podcast because. Yeah. I've seen some pictures of you from your past.
Yes.
And looking at where you've come from. First of all, let's start from there.
Yeah.
Where did you come from? Where did you grow up? What was life like when you were a kid?
Okay. Well, I'm just an ordinary Zambian, youth with extraordinary dreams. Born in Lusaka at the University Teaching Hospital in 1991. I was born in Kabwata. Then later on, with my parents, due to a few financial constraints here and there, we had to move to Matero, where I grew up from. Yeah, I did my primary school at South End. Then later on, moved to Alumba Basic School. Then went on to do my secondary school at Matero Boys Secondary. Then Munali, where I did my high school. But Matero is where I grew up from. I'm a product of Matero.
South End in town?
South End in town, yes. That school owned by Lusaka City Council. I don't know if it's still owned in that school.
Yeah, I was there as well. That was
my school, yes.
I was there.
Lusaka District Child Welfare Society.
It was LDCWS.
LDCWS, yes. Next to Comesa. That was my school.
Yeah, I used to play football. The ball goes in
Comesa. And then and we were told that there are lions and there are snakes. There are what. We used to call it Pomo Dimba.
Yeah, it was something, man.
It was a good school. Yeah, cops and robbers. Yeah, you've
I don't know how is it now. I've not gone back.
I haven't seen like it's doing as fine as it was. I think we didn't need technicals because you and I.
Private school.
You and I. Yeah, I was also convinced it was a private school till I grew up, but it was semi-private and of course Lusaka City Council. But I think we need to revamp it. I'll revive it when I'm Lusaka mayor.
So now, obviously you've not been shy to talk about your background.
Yes.
In terms of the life of struggle.
Yes.
That you had to go through.
Yes.
Give me a picture. Paint a picture for me. How was it?
Well, that's where we grew up from. We grew up with gratitude in my heart, of course. It's a humble background. There was nothing lavish. We grew up humble background where, of course, parents had to sacrifice a lot for you just to have a decent meal. Especially my mother, she played a very critical role for my siblings and I, just to have that sustainability and be able to just have a good life. Yeah. So where there's no running water in the neighborhood, you have to go and draw water from a well. Or you buy those big drums, the blue drums, you draw from a distance, you come rolling it. Yeah, we've had a fair share of our lives, and it's such things that made me say I do not want my children or myself to go through such a life at a certain point. So I decided to work extra hard for myself.
Okay.
Yes.
And did you have both parents growing up? Yes,
I had both parents growing up, but at some point the parents divorced. So we grew up with my mother, and my father was around, of course. Yeah, but mom is a person who played a critical role in my life with my siblings. Yeah.
At the time when the life of struggle was going on, and for me, look, my idea of your struggle is based on the past photos you've posted on your Facebook.
Yes, I know. Yeah, Chibuku, where we grew up from. I'll be honest with you. I grew up in a neighborhood where there were the likelihood or the chances of you wanting to succeed there and then were very slim, because we had nowhere to look up to. When as the saying goes, hang around the barber shop for a long time, soon enough you get a haircut. And where we grew up from, the only thing we'd see are people stopping school in grade 9, grade 10, they start drinking. So there was little or no motivation. So with the struggle, of course, after school, there's that phase they call society.
Yeah.
Musosa. Musosa. People always tell us that as when you complete high school, you find society. Now, this is why you face reality, because there's no spoon feeding. So some of my friends started becoming criminals, and some doing what. But I'm a person who was a go-getter even then. So I decided to start working, to look for jobs in the industries, because it was near material. You know, there's an industrial area there.
Yeah.
So we would walk, Useko, yeah, somewhere that we would walk there. I did piecework with Zame breweries. These people make Olef cooking oil, where you make eight kwacha. Now's money is 8 kwacha 15 way per day. That was what we were getting. At that time it was 8,500 kwacha. If you're working in the night, it was 13,500. I saw problems, I saw struggles, and at that moment, it was tedious. A friend of mine had a bus called Pule, so he would get me and say, Mwacha, in the part time, come we work together as my conductor at night. So it's something that, you see, at night we would go Chingwere down. There's a Chingwere cemetery there.
Yeah.
Near at Kumatuvi Dam, the sewer system there. So we'd get all the marketeers, and I work with him because I knew the math and I was sharp. So he knew that I could work with him. So we'd do, since I could conduct, it gives you a change, you're able to survive. But even the money I would make, of course, I would use it on my selfish needs. That's drinking and smoking. I never use that money to even build myself. I'll be honest with you. Yeah.
The drinking and smoking that you had to endure then, that you're doing at the time, did you feel like this is the life?
Of course, like I told you, when you're hanging around people with small dreams, and there are no aspirations to look up to, or people, role models or mentors to look at, you really start feeling like this is the best I can have. You know, it takes a lot for you to actually say, I deserve better, or I can do something better for myself. So I started realizing that, and I have a friend of mine, John Chipete, a very good friend of mine. So they had this home shop that they had at their place. So at that moment, we said, boy, let's start a small grocery. And we started buying buns, bread, airtime, what? Just like a small grocery. You make my 3/4 profit just to get it going before I could get a job in the government. Luckily I found a job in the government at the age of 19. I started working in the judiciary as a registry clerk, where I did my time until my resignation in 2018, 2019, thereabout. Yeah.
Okay. And for how long did you work as a conductor, doing those odd jobs? How long was that?
Maybe for a year.
Just for a year?
Yeah, for a year.
Okay. And when did it hit you to say, look, there's more to life than just this?
I could see, I'm not to brag or to, self-praise things, I'll be honest with you. But I've grown up to be a very smart person. I've grown up, academically, I've been performing very well. So I looked at my grades, I had good results, despite not even going to school, because my friends and I never used to go to school. And we went to Munali, we used to do what we call balancing, or BOC, where your parents give you money. Instead of you going to school, you go in the markets and these video halls or cinemas, as they call them. You spend your time there. That money, you keep it and use it for your personal interests or whatever it is that you want to do. So that actually kept me backwards, and I started feeling this is not my life. I'm a very smart person. I deserve it. And I started seeing my friends, of course, thriving. Some have gone to South Africa, some have gone they are happening. With the coming of social media, I said I can do better. Actually, the moment I joined Facebook was a turning point. I am what I am today because of Facebook, and what Mark Zuckerberg has done to that application. It has really changed my life.
What did Facebook do to you?
I am Facebook. I'm a product of Facebook. It has made me who I am, financially, academically, and name it. Everything I have is because of Facebook. Even the 1/4 that I have in my pocket today is because of Facebook.
But you don't advertise it. What? How? How to understand?
By the grace of God, I don't know if I've branded myself so well, but I've come across destiny helpers. I have met people in this country that I could only imagine of back then, and they've thrown different deals, business for me. Whether at law school, I would find people who would be able to help me. A youngster, this is the data you need to use for assignments. That I met through Facebook. When I went to Ziale, it was the same. People that I met through Facebook mentored me all the way to Ziale. When I was supposed to go to Ziale, people I met through Facebook paid money for me to go to Ziale. Even when I'm just random places I'm driving, I can be in Mansard or Pula, wherever it is, Chipata. Okay, of course, we misbehave on the road when you're driving and there's a speed camera. You find the moment everyone there, everyone, Mr. Skid, where you go? Like, I have gotten favor from Facebook. I have made my destiny helpers through Facebook. I have partnered with big names in this country. I've done deals with big names in this country because of Facebook.
Let's track back a little bit. So
Yes.
you realize, look, I've got good results.
Yes.
Okay, I can make something better out of my life.
Yes.
And then what did you do?
I sat with my mom and asked her that, Mom, is there any opportunity in the judiciary? Because Mom worked in the judiciary. She was a civil servant. I said, Mom, do you have any opportunity? Are there any openings that I can apply and just get a job and start doing something to sustain myself? But of course, Mom she had her reservations, because at that time I'd already applied at the Copperbelt University and the University of Zambia. So we used to apply then.
Yeah.
You apply both wherever they accept you. So luckily I was accepted at UNZA and I was also accepted at the judiciary. So I picked the job and let UNZA slide. Why? I knew that with that, when I have an income, a stable income, I would be able to educate myself and go to school. So it was through that where I was able to run with it, yeah.
Okay. And you mentioned you resigned to go back to school?
No. I resigned because I wanted to join politics. I was a civil servant, so I couldn't exercise my political ambitions.
So at what point did you do your degree?
I was still working as a civil servant, then I did my degree.
Oh, okay. So you're doing both school and
work. Yes. So it was, they call it distant learning.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that was what I was doing.
And you're doing a degree where at UNZA?
No, Zambia Open University.
At Zambia Open University.
Yes, that's why I did my Bachelor of
so,
Laws. Yeah.
So then you got your degree and then you went to Ziale.
Yes, and I went to Ziale.
How long were you there?
I did 3 attempts. I'm not ashamed. I hit Ziale at the 3rd attempt. The first I didn't succeed, which takes 9 months. Then the second, then the third. The third I had it.
Okay,
So
and how was the experience there? Because some people are...
Okay, the experience, it's overwhelming. It's emotional. It's stressful. Just everything. It comes down to, if to give me an opportunity that go back there, Suilanja, I wouldn't go there. No matter what, I wouldn't go there. But it's worth the try. It's a good journey. You just need a few tricks, and so far I'm proud that I have mentored a number of people who have made it and have cleared even at first attempt, some at second attempt, based on what I told them what to do, because I knew my mistakes, and those are the mistakes that I wish someone told me prior to going to Ziale. So at least I'm able to mentor a few people who come to me, wait, how did you do it? I'm like, my guy, just step here, you do it. And most of them, so far, people that have approached me and asked me, they've done well for themselves, and I feel proud that at least I've done it for my friends. Yeah.
Did the failing at Ziale affect your self-esteem?
It did, yes, because I'm a person who's had a very good academic background. Listen, from grade 1 to 7, I've never passed number 3. I was always number 1, number 2. If I fail at test, it's number 2. Grade 8 to 9, I was very good in class. Of course, not too excellent, but I was good enough. At least I managed to score 492 at my grade 9.
Yeah.
So I did well. Grade 12, equally, I have 1s and 9 points. So I'm a person who's never had an issue of failing or repeating or what. No. My academic, and everyone just believes in me. My father even gave me a nickname as Professor. So I've had a smooth academic journey, but, when I reached Ziale, I was humbled. And everyone was looking forward to seeing what Simon would get. And when I failed, everyone roasted me. They loved, but I felt bad. But then I quickly realized that I shouldn't look at those that are laughing at me. I should focus on the goal, and those that are cheering me on, those are the people I need to make proud. And eventually I made it. And the people that were actually laughing at me were even the first people to feed me with sweet rubbish. Yeah, hey, congratulations. I said, okay, thank you. And it's life.
Yeah. And so you quit your job to go into politics. At the time you're quitting your job, did you have another source of income?
I didn't have any source of income. I wasn't even a lawyer. The only thing I had to me was a VW Golf 6 and a 500 kwacha in my pocket. I remember very well. And I wasn't even a lawyer at that time. I told my wife, I told my family about this. They said, why do you want to quit? No, there's job security as a civil servant. There is what? They told me all sorts of discouragement. And, I'll be very honest with you, if you do have big dreams, sometimes the greatest naysayers are the people around you. And sometimes just listen to your inner self. Just believe in yourself. Don't even have a fallback plan. I believe, as Denzel says, forward. I believe in that. I never even had a backup plan. So I said, if things get to the worst, what I'll do is I'll be a taxi driver using this same Golf of mine at the courts. I'll be pirating there. I'll be taking the people need cabs, and that was even before all these online
ride-hailing services.
Yeah, people are able to book taxis online and everything. It worked for me, and I said I'll survive. Though it was a very unpopular decision, but I had given up my mind. I said, this is what I want to do. I want to live. I should be free, express myself as a politician, and I'll survive.
Was that the time you are, UNIP?
No. I was pro PF.
Okay.
I was pro PF. Then I eventually left. The time I left.
So you quit your job to become a member of the party?
No. I quit my job to become. Listen, I was a civil servant, but we never used to listen. We would campaign for the PF. I'll tell you something, and that was one of the most risky thing I ever did, because what if I never even was. Okay, there's something I missed. The point I wanted to tell you. You know, when I was quitting, you asked me, did I have a plan? I had a plan, yes. I have invested in human resource. One of the greatest weapons I have, and I'm even proud of, is I'm a people person. I don't need anyone to tell me. I know you will not tell me someone I'm a people person. That's one of my greatest advantages. Be it someone who's a cleaner all the way to the CEOs, I relate with them very well. So I knew from my circles, these people still need, even in the judiciary, I had established so many links with people that each time they needed something at the courts done, definitely they would hit me up. So I knew that I would survive. No, this one wants this document done for them. They want this signed for them. So I knew that out there as a Tamanga, I'll make it. With my judicial background, I'll make it. Yes, even if I don't pass Ziale, it's fine. But as a Tamanga, I shall survive.
Okay.
Yes.
So, where I asked if you left, so my question was, at that point you left to just become a general member of the party?
No. So I left because, look, remember PF was in power.
Yes.
I supported PF. That's the only party I supported, actually, from the time I knew that there are politics in this country. When I was a youngster and formed PF, I've been a PF guy, even MMT time, even when I was a civil servant, I was supporting Michael Sata and the Patriotic Front because of its ideologies and its manifesto to uplift the livelihood of the masses who are poor. Because I've lived problems. If I understand what it is to sleep without food, I understand what it is to just wait on mom to come and no need to come and to porridge or few means just to have that taste of beef. I know what it is. So, and I know the wealth of this country. This country is very rich, and we can all at least have a decent meal. So I started looking at certain things, weighing options, especially with the PF. I started looking at it and saying it's a good party, so I supported it all the way. But when the former leader took over and his people, they abandoned the ideas and started doing their own thing. It became a party for the elite by the elite. So I started shooting them, and that didn't sit well with them. And they started threatening me. No, he'll see what. The bosses would come to talk to me. You're a civil servant. We've seen what you post on social media and whatnot. But of course, I had already made up my mind. I was like, I'm out of this place. So I just tendered my resignation late. I said, yes, I'm done. I'm out. I want to go and fight for this country. I want to go and fight for the people. Because sometimes you just can't be a spectator and wait and expect things to be done. Sometimes you need to be there. We really can't leave this country in the hands of low caliber individuals and expect it to thrive. Even us, yes, we may have our shortcomings here and there, but if we can put in something, we'll be okay.
And how did the politics receive you when you?
They received tiny. So I knew that they never receive you well, especially when they know that you've got some educational background, and people don't embrace youngsters who are vocal. They seem smarter than them. They feel so intimidated and jealous of you. Who's this guy? Where is he coming from? Especially some of us who have no name. Whoever asks me, I just say I'm Simon Mulenga Mwila. That's enough. I don't even need to tell you my father is this, my mother is that one. Even when I joined the judiciary, I never wrote on my mom's name. I made my name.
Okay.
Yeah.
And some people had taken issue when you put your name out there, that the reputation you had on Facebook, and then politics is serious, and then on Facebook you're like this this guy's just living his life. You don't care. You can whatever you want. Then know he's our MP. Did you ever worry that your social media may work against you?
You see, that's a good one. Social media can either build you or destroy you. I really know how to control the narrative. I know sometimes I go off guard, I go off key, and I'm like, oops, how did that? You can think whatever you want. You can think however you want, but you are always limited to what you can say. So that used to, that sometimes I would feel, I've gone beyond. Okay, I've gone where? But people always say whether you're doing good or bad. I think I've decided just to be me on social media. And if you're going to judge me based on my social media, I'll not be working today. I'll not have what I have. And not to brag or to feel myself. I think I'm okay than people even claim to be more mature than me on social media and everything. Through my childish things, I'll be honest, I sit with, just that with all our clients' confidentiality, I sit with the big names of this country to discuss big deals. I have made deals before that have given me money and changed my life. This is the same Simon. These are people I've met through the same Facebook where someone condemns me, I'm childish. So I think listening to so many voices from people, this one telling this one telling you that it's a very difficult thing. So you need to do you and be happy. I think it helps a lot that way.
When you're drafting what you're going to write on Facebook, do you ever pass it through someone else? Like, should I post this?
I don't need to because it's me. I'll do it. But there are times, of course, I have my guys. I ask them, guys, can I post this? But sometimes I just go ahead and just post it.
Okay. When did you realize that, okay, Facebook is working for me?
I realized that Facebook is working for me in 2011.
Is it that post about the car?
No, the car was posted in 2016, actually. That was my first car, the Volvo, and I put Millimio around it and everything. That was in 2016. So 2011, I realized that this is a cash cow. I could see people, how I was able to, people were able to follow me, people were able to see me whenever I go somewhere. Simon, the famous Simon from Facebook. So I really realized that this thing can give me money and opportunities, and it opened gates for me.
Wow.
I'll be very honest with you.
and the other thing I wanted to find out was, with your whole, social media experience and whatnot, how do you deal with people that are out to get you? Because to be honest, I've seen like I'm a very strong. Yeah. I've seen there's some things that you wonder, has he seen this?
I see that. I see so much negativity, but you know what it is? Not quite these days, so that doesn't bother me. You get the point. I've never seen a hater who's above me, so I get to look at the people that are even throwing the nonsense at me. I look at them, I'm like, no. You see, people feel hurt by another person's success, and you see, losers always have a way to get back at you. So with me, whether you write whatever, I go to see, I'm like, this guy is having a lot of troubles. It's a reflection of what troubles they have, so they feel they can throw it at you. So I don't really get bothered, but I only pray that they can get better, or may they heal with time. I also grew up, at one point I was a very bitter person. I'd hate on people who are successful, I'd hate on them. But then I realized that people who hate on people have issues within themselves. So that doesn't get to me, I'll be very honest with you. Yes, back then when I was broke, I don't even have money, I don't even have a coin, I feel bad, but I'm okay now. So even if someone writes whatever they can write, boss, I'm comforted when I look at the figures in my bank account. I'm okay.
Yeah. Law is a very noble profession. How did you find yourself? What drove you to law?
Simple and straightforward. You see, where we grew up from, I'll tell you the truth, the honest truth. Yeah, it's the honest truth, okay? Two things made me become a lawyer. Number one, my mother used to work for the judiciary. And in the compound where we grew up in Mateo, everyone used to be scared of us to touch us. There was that bullying in the compounds when we were growing up. So people used to be scared to touch us because they would say, abanwana baba lawyer, bazakumanga ukabamenya. So, I was like, so when you're a lawyer, there's that immunity that comes with that. Then I said, okay, cool, let me go for it. Then the second reason was I wanted just to make my mother proud that she can also produce a lawyer through her hard work. Okay? Then the third reason is that I wanted, even if I do whatever I want to do in life, even if I say whatever I want to say, if anyone asks who's that boy, they say he's a lawyer. It ends it. Whether I've won a case, I have a Dow lawyer, at least attach a profession to me, say he's a lawyer. That's all. That was what I'll be honest with you. Then apart from that, now the serious part is to sort out problems for people. I have solved so many problems for people, especially people who don't even have money. I have assisted a number of people. I do assist. So I felt pity. People lose property, people lose their hard-earned money and other things because they just couldn't have someone to help them draft a document, or because they're scared that takwa baba a lawyer. So that really also drove me to say, if I'm a lawyer, I can be able to guide certain people. There are people I guide, and so far we've succeeded in a number of things.
You made reference to, even if I haven't won a case, and on social media there was that, no, he's never won a case.
Boss, how can a lawyer not win a case? Which lawyer is that? A lawyer that is able to buy a musky deck and surely has never won a case. How am I making my money?
Do you plan to specialize in a particular type of law?
To be honest with you, I'm planning to even quit law in the next 2-3 years, God willing. I want to focus on my political career. My dream and my destiny, I want to be president of the Republic of Zambia. That's my main goal and my main agenda. Okay. Anything else is just a by the way thing.
Though there also has been like some concern that you don't seem to be decided in terms of your political ideologies. That you can join this party today, tomorrow you're on this party, then you're independent. What is your...
I've never been independent. My brother. I was PF. When I left PF, I went and founded UNIP. I revived UNIP with my brother Thomas Sipalo. Difficult.
Yeah.
We revived. Of course, we had our own differences there, and we both left. I went to Socialist Party. This is where I am right now. And I agree with the party agenda, the party ideologies, and its leadership, and its way of doing its checks and balances. So for now, I'm at home. That's my home. And I'm not seeing myself leaving, because reading its manifesto and understanding its programs and its ideologies, the ideologies of equity, justice, peace, those are what I stand for. So it makes sense for me. I think I'm okay with the Socialist Party. Okay. I'll grow together with that party. So there's political stability on that one. I'm stuck with the Socialist Party.
All right, great. And then you are the most followed Zambian on a profile, not a Facebook page.
Yes.
You were about what, 96,000 now?
No, 100 grand, boss.
Oh, you've already reached 100?
I hit this morning 100 and 100. So there's 100.
100. Do you have plans to make a Facebook page?
I don't have plans to make a Facebook page. I don't even have plans to even be on Twitter. I don't even have plans to be on TikTok. I don't have plans to be on Instagram. I don't have plans to be on... What do you call these?
Facebook,
LinkedIn, I'm there, but I don't even post anything. What other app? Of course, for the sake of someone to just verify, shows you're serious when they search your name and they find it on LinkedIn. At least looks okay, this guy is. But I don't wish. Why? I don't even want to open it. Why? For one simple reason. You need to know where you are and what works for you. What works for you might not work for me. So I shouldn't be a cloud chaser, or just because everyone has a page, and pages grow fast because you can sponsor it, boost it. Let people know about me the way they've known. For 100,000 individuals to follow me without any sponsorship or anything, meaning there's some content that they're following from me, and slowly I want to harness that love I'm getting from the people and change lives of those 100,000 people that believe in me.
Okay.
Yes.
You're full of life personality, your outgoingness. How has that affected your career in terms of you walk into a meeting? I don't know if you guys do depositions, whatever. And then, I know this guy from Facebook. Like, do clients then take you less seriously?
No. Clients take me seriously. Like I've told you, when it's time to work, I work. When it's time to play, I play. Social media, we play, we work. But when it comes to work, it's work. Yes, I've been to different people. I've been in before. Sometimes you appear in court before a judge or magistrate, and when you're done with your sitting, they just crack a joke and say, how is the skide? And then you just say, hey, even the boss sees this. I know I'm followed by a number of people. I think my bosses, I'm followed by everyone. Police, senior lawyers, judges, doctors, criminals, everyone. But at least my goal is just to make everyone happy or touch them in a simple way that I can.
Your skide theory, do you really believe that a car is more important than a house?
200%, my brother. Let's not even lie to each other. Why? A car is very cheap. A house is very expensive to build. Just a piece of land, if you want to build a house that is moderate and somewhere where it's prime, you need about 200,000 and above to buy a small plot. Now, just starting to build, first of all, foundation, reinforcement, steel, my brother. I'm building a small ramshackle somewhere. The money that I have spent on building that, this time around, with gratitude in my heart, I would have bought myself a Range Rover Vogue 2021. So, clean.
So you're building?
Yes, I'm building.
But you don't believe in building?
I believe in building. I started drive. I don't say don't build. I have told people that drive then build, because you need a car for easy movement and mobility. Yeah.
Okay.
You're efficient. I mean, this time around, you need a car is a necessity. Actually, it's not even a want. Why would you get a loan for 120 or 150 and go and build the house? You not even build anything. You die depressed looking at those beacons you'll be watering. Building is okay, but these are future plans.
Do you think that there are people who've taken you seriously and most of them have even put their building plans on hold so I can go and buy skide?
In Bemba, so I'm saying that Elias Pansaka Muere. Meaning whoever gets, when you're chatting, there's Pansaka, you're chatting, there's chatting, and someone picks whatever is there and takes it as the gospel truth, then there's something wrong with you. Of course, it's dangerous to do that, but I think we joke about it. So I don't say anyone would actually go and sell his plot and definitely buy a car. No. I don't know if there are people who are that naive to do such a thing. I don't know. You tell me.
Okay.
Yeah.
And looking back at your life and everything you've been through and the person you've seen yourself today, do you feel that your background of struggle had a purpose?
Yes, it had. It has sharpened me. It has. Of course, sometimes in Alishwan Dimuntu, if you're not humble, you're not what. Being humble is good, but sometimes if you're too humble, they can easily pick you and make you grade 3. So I still go back. Yes, sometimes I may come out this show off, this bossy guy, but people who know me on a personal level, they will tell you what kind of a person I am. So I do not want to give myself self-praise. I think I still maintain the same humble background. You can find me eating muffin temba. I still chill with the same people around. I lead just a normal life. Nothing has changed about me, like wanting just to hang around with this certain class of people. So of course, I mingle with the elite. I'm humbled that I mingle with them and they've welcomed me and treat me as part of their own. But I still remember the humble background and the humble people who have labored so hard to see me to be where I am. And that keeps me going.
Good. And looking into the future, what legacy do you want to build for the Simon brand?
I want to build a legacy that Simon once lived here by touching lives of many people, by touching lives of various Zambian citizens. Not only I want to start giving back to the community. Like one of the things that I want to do is just giving back. So right now I've embarked on a project where I intend to give out a number of things to people and just support different youth, especially with education, free education that has been given around. I want to utilize that and fuse in, because the government has given the free education, but some people don't have the books, they don't have the pens, they don't have the pencils. So I want to come up with that initiative and just be giving out the little that I can. Of course, it's not much, but the little that I have, I need to share. And every single day that I live for people, and I do share the little that I have. So I want to leave a legacy that I once lived. That's why I want to be a leader and lead this country that Simon once lived. Others that would have led prior to me becoming president of Zambia would do their part, but I also come and build on what they've done and leave a legacy that Simon once ruled this country. Of course, with the grace of God, if I'm alive, I'm destined to rule this country. I have no doubt on that one.
All right. And also, there are these issues that young people in Zambia are not taken very seriously. You said you hang around, you chill with the big boys, the elites. What kind of interaction do you see with them? Do you feel like most of these people that are established, when they look at us young people, do you feel like they take us seriously enough to give us opportunities for us to get ahead?
Yes. Most of these elite people and the big guys in this country want to give opportunities to youngsters. But the challenge that I've seen with us, the young people, is that when you meet this big name or this big guy in this country, you present yourself as a pauper. You're a beggar to them. Boss mwalichisa. Pengo for a 2-pin boss. You know, one thing that has kept me afloat, or one thing that has kept me going, is that I don't beg even from all these rich men around that I know. I take business to them. boss, there's a person I know who wants to buy that, who's selling that property. Boss, are you interested? Yes, Simon, I'm interested. I get my card. He gives me his card. We go. Not even a day have I lifted my phone and call. Boss, Derombako 500 quarter, I want to buy electricity. I don't do that. I have never done that. None of these rich people can say Simon begs from me. Why? I have given value to myself and I don't have a price tag. I treat them as colleagues. I treat them as my big men. I treat them as people that I need to learn from. Even when I go there, the stories I chat with them, it's business related to what their area of interest is and how best I can also push in. Oh, boss, this is what. But the problem with the youth, why these guys don't even take us serious, is that when you go there, you want to ask for money, you want to talk cheap lives, cheap dreams. Boss, my girl, boss, nami they tell her. You get the point. And you're wondering, like, these are the guys. It's sad for for us youngsters, and we hate each other as young people. You know, I'll introduce you to a person I call my boss. Instead of you going also with your ideas and speaking about how best you can tap into the anointing that I've given you, this opportunity I've given you, go and mouth me to that person. You see, that's the greatest challenge. And so people don't see us young people as innovative or serious. Of course, there are a lot of serious young people out there who are lacking an opportunity or an audience with these destiny helpers. But it's very difficult for fellow youths again to give you that opportunity because a number of bad seeds have spoiled this opportunity for us.
What are the 5 things you'd like to give to young people as advice? 5 things.
5 things. Number 1, get education. Get educated, because education is the greatest equalizer of life opportunities. Secondly, marry right or date the right person. When you're dating, don't go for a posh, of course, for the most top dollar posh woman. Search beyond that. There are certain things that your girlfriend or your spouse or whoever it is that you are dating will show you. And, a good wife is a source of success for any man. Because, as a man, our lives are very hard. Every day, moving around, it's chase. So when you get home, you expect to reach home to this loving person, asking how your day was, and you relax, gives you water, food. So marry right and date right. The third one is... don't forget to buy a car when that opportunity comes. Skide. Yeah. Then the third one, I would advise most of the young people to stay off drugs and alcohol and all that. I know it's fun and you attract this group of friends, you need to fit in and everything. I stopped drinking at the age of 22.
You don't drink?
I don't drink. I'm a very sober person. At 21, actually, I stopped drinking. That was 2012. 2012 I was 21 years old. I stopped. I'm 31 now. I don't drink. So I would tell them to stay sober, stay off the drugs, stay off the... I know it's cool. You want to do that weed. You want to do that cocaine. You want to do that lean. You want to look at the lean, what it's doing to your teeth as youngsters. This country is rooting for all of us. That bush we see when you're driving around town, Kabwe, Kapiri, Eastern Province, Western, Southern, it needs to be fueled by us and our ideas. It's us who are supposed to occupy that land as Zambians. Why don't we diversify in farming instead of drugs? All these things of wanting to sleep with the finest chicks around town. It's not worth it. Work hard on yourself and work greatly. Then the fifth one I would give them is stick to God. Like it or not, we are all fighting invisible and visible wars, and the only thing that can guide you is God. So do not forsake the face of God all the time. Seek his face and his presence. I don't miss church. I don't miss each 10 day. Every morning I pray. Every minute I pray. Every second I get to pray. Whenever you can. Prayer is the only thing that's available to you at any given point. So I'd advise youngsters to always stick to God, and you'll see how miraculous life can change within the blink of an eye. It sounds funny and but I'll be honest with you, God has changed my life, and I'm yet to see better things by his grace.
Thank you, Simon. All right, so that was a conversation with Simon Mulenga Mwila, the Skide president.
President of Skide. No. Tell them the serious one. Lawyer, businessman, politician.
Lawyer, businessman, politician, and hopefully president of the Republic of Zambia.
No, not hopefully, please. The president of Zambia. The future president of Zambia. As long as I've got...
Hopefully. When you say future, it's hopefully. God willing.
God is always willing. As long as I have my... Let's not do that. Thank you
Won't
so much
end.
for hosting news.
Remember to subscribe, like, and share the video. We'll be back next week with yet another exciting edition of the podcast. Stay tuned.